All right, so the beauty of this game really comes on the attack of my kingside knight, and also some of the stuff that I do with the knights in the middle of the board is just beautiful. So I really want to show you this game. So this defense by black is called the Nimzowitsch defense by Nimzowitsch, the grandmaster. And I like my position as white. It's called the Kennedy variation. This variation that we're playing right now. So what I did was I got rid of my light square bishop because that was my bad bishop because my two center pawns are on light squares. And then black attacks my pawn center here. And take a look at this and see what you think is the right move, or what can white do in this situation. This is one of my proudest moves of the game. And it's because I really looked at a long-term plan that I really wanted to exploit on the queen side, or I'm sorry, on the king side, with the queen coming up to h5. And so what I wanted to do is clear that diagonal for my queen. I sacrificed my e-pawn. And I saw a weakness here, looking at a lot of moves I could possibly play, but ultimately putting my knight in the middle and making the black king trapped and not able to castle was super crucial to my plan. And so now really black's just trying to undermine my pawn chain to support my knight in the middle. He's trying to undermine that pawn chain. And so we build up forces, and once he moves his queen over to the left, he's no longer attacking my knight in the middle of the board. Well, I'd like to get my queen involved, but that knight on the right is blocking my queen from getting involved at h5 to check the king. So what I need to do first is attack his knight with my bishop. Now, my middle pawn is really under a lot of force here from black. He's got 4 attackers piled up on that d5 pawn, and I only have 3 defenders. So what I'm doing by moving this bishop to the right is actually giving up my d5 square. It looks like black is going to conquer the middle of the board and have 1, 2, 3, 4 black pawns and 2 knights in the middle of the board. Now I remove one of my bishop, and he trades back and takes my bishop back, leaving a gaping diagonal hole for my queen to attack him on. First, I solidify my knight in the middle of the board again. But take a look at this. White's given up quite a bit of force here. He's got 4 black pawns in the middle of the board, and I'm hoping that my queen attack is going to work out at this point. So I was really proud that it ultimately does work out. But check out what I do. So I put my knight, also my other knight, back in the middle of the board and solidify it. He takes out my remaining pawn. So we've got a mess of knights in the middle of the board, which really complicates things and gives a lot of potential attacking to black's power. Look, I mean, he's attacking my one knight with his king, my other knight with his queen. If he jumps his knight out of the way, it's going to be a discovered attack on my e4 knight. And when he does do that, he can attack my rook at the same time. So, like, if he jumps with his knight, I can kill his knight and then lose my own knight. And then I'm like, what happens there? How do I unwind this? Well, luckily, I have this queen attack that I can put a check in. This is called another Zeitswung, where he has to move something before he can maybe kill my knight. I'm also protecting my knight when I do that. So I opt for this move. He blocks with his bishop, which I think this was the best move, but it may have been a mistake. If you look at this, this does provide white an opportunity. See if you can find it. This is the move of the game, the star move. Can you find the win for white? Go ahead and pause the video. All right, and here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, sacrifice your knight because of this pin that is on the bishop. The bishop cannot recapture the second knight, which is forking the king and queen. And the king has to move. See, the bishop is pinned there. He cannot take back. So when the king moves, the knight can then take the queen. And that is going to be the game. So what a nice sacrificial attack to open up lines for white. And because of that, was definitely, there were other things I'm not showing you, but other considerations of, can my queen get trapped? Is he going to attack it with his rooks like he's trying to? But essentially here I'm able to get his knight from my knight. And then if you look at this board, take a look at this board, the black king cannot get out of that triangle where the queen is. The queen has completely trapped the black king. And so now it's just a matter of bringing the rooks in to help. And the black bishop has to block, which can then be captured. And then I can deliver checkmate on the d7 square.